It's currently 2 p.m., almost 3 p.m. right now. I started summer vacation not too long ago. All I can really think about is how traumatizing it was in 2017 to 2018. Some of you may have been familiar with what I've been through, others may not, but I'm just making this video just to get the message out there that it's very important not to judge others for what they're going through. I was a part of the Go Anime community since I was like 9 or 10 years old. For those of you who are not familiar with my track record of the Go Anime community, I was known for disrespecting opinions on Strawberry Shortcake and Haruhi Suzumiya, which was literally almost 10 years ago. I was just a little child back then. I was not the brightest person on the planet. I did a lot of things I wasn't proud of. In 2017, I acted pretty crazy. I sent pictures of Kagamine Len naked to other people, and I actually got in trouble with my parents because of it. Yeah, I'm not proud of doing that. I was maybe 12, 13 at the time. I don't know what was wrong with me back then. Maybe I was an attention whore or whatever it was. I ended up losing people I thought were important to me because of it all. And especially with one particular friend who blocked me because of my behavior, and I wanted her back. So I turned to one of my friends, let's call him M. I told him I'm still waiting for F. We're gonna call the other friend F to unblock me. And he said to me, I'm sorry, but I don't think she's gonna unblock you. I could tell he got frustrated with my complaints, especially since I commented on the Google Plus post that was unrelated. And then a few moments later, he makes a post saying, I now hate Tamkumi, and this time for good. You wanna know why? Because she was bitching about F refusing to unblock her. She was acting mental, refusing to take criticism. And Tamkumi, if you're watching this, I've given you 3 chances and you blew it. You know what? Fuck you. We're not friends anymore. And I don't care if your hate base is old or how sorry you are, your apology is automatically denied. Good luck getting more haters and goodbye forever. That's exactly what they said. I remember that day like it was yesterday. It was like September 28th, 29th, 2017. I was 13. I remember that day like it was yesterday. Like after he made that post about me, I just cried my eyes out for like 2 hours straight. Like I was just crying so hard. It was so bad. And I remember my parents came back and asked me what was wrong, and I told them that I was being bullied. They even said that being on social media was not good for me because people kept bullying me all the time. And because of the post that M made, more and more people turned their backs at me. They kept bullying me. They kept making lies about me. They were calling me a mental bitch. They were making fun of me for being suicidal. When it was true that I was suicidal, but no one was taking me seriously. Because they only saw me as this bitch crybaby who wanted somebody back as a friend when they didn't want to be my friend again. Can you imagine? Isn't that fucking sad? Being a child with mental issues and everybody that was supposed to be your friend just suddenly turns their back at you because someone decided to publicize an issue. But at least a few of my friends in that community stuck by my side and knew what I was going through, so I commend them for that. The bullying just kept going on and on. It got to the point where I just wanted to end it all. I ended up trying to self-harm. I'm sorry if this triggers anybody, but I'm just trying to get this out there. I tried poking myself with a pencil because I was too scared to actually cut myself. My parents found out about it and they gave me a lecture on why it's not okay to self-harm. I ended up getting a therapist. I talked to them about all the bullying I went through. And especially with one particular person who kept exposing me and reposting my posts, making fun of me, and just really making my life a living hell. Just exposing me over and over again like I was some kind of toy. And they even said that they need to call a guy to stalk me. And keep in mind, the person that was stalking me to expose me for my wrongdoings, he was like 20 years old at the time, and I was 14. So basically, some adult guys were harassing a minor, even though I did things that I wasn't proud of. It just doesn't give them the right to harass me like that. And even the person who started the whole drama, M, didn't take any responsibility for giving me a lot of hate. Very common phrases that were used during this drama were like, "There's no limitation to her hate. Oh, you need to take criticism. Oh, there's no time limit. Oh, handle that block. Why can't you handle your hate?" It's a bunch of bullshit, really. Like, telling somebody to handle their hate is not really the way to go. Like, some people just can't handle being hated. And while it is not really wise to expect everybody to like you, it doesn't mean that you're supposed to take all the bullying people are gonna give you. Like, handling hate in this sense that people were telling me, they were basically telling me to deal with being bullied. And especially back then when I was having a fictional crush on Kagamine Len, people were making fun of me for having that. They were making up disgusting fantasies out of us. They were shipping me with people that they hated. And this is kind of related, but I was friends with someone, I don't know if this name rings a bell to you guys, but Alex Minudaka. Yeah, I'm sure, yeah, her name is Alex, but she's always changing her username over and over again. Yeah, around that time, I wanted to join the hate bandwagon because people were harassing her and bullying her because she was obsessed with Duckman and other fictional cartoons. And she was disrespecting opinions on them, and people were severely bullying her over that. Like, most of it was bullying, not criticism, and that was, like, causing her a lot of pain. I'm not proud of myself for joining on that hate bandwagon, especially since she was a fan of me back in 2015. Yeah, I'm not proud of doing that at all. Yeah, people have treated her way too harshly back in the day. And while I cannot say that what she did was right, it doesn't give the excuse to make fun of her call Duckman Fuckman, or force her to watch different cartoons, or disrespect the opinions back. Because, two wrongs don't make a right. She said it herself, she has suicidal tendencies, and so did I back then. It's never okay to joke about somebody being suicidal. It's just very belittling and very inhumane. I know that there are people who suicide debate in the anime community, but when you're like me, you know that the bullying really hurts. Yeah, it's been like 7 years since I last talked to M. I don't know if he remembers me. I'm pretty sure he still hates my guts. He doesn't want anything to do with me. Last time I checked, he put me on the naughty list in Christmas 2020, even though I had long stopped my bullshit. And another thing that I did that I regret doing was accusing somebody of not caring about me. Yeah, that person was trying to cheer me up, and then I was like, no, you don't care about me. No, you don't care about me. Keep in mind, I was a broken 14-year-old back in that day, and that person was expecting me to be more mature, to, like, not talk about my haters and stuff. Yeah, the way I went about it was, like, really bad, but yeah, I don't think that was really bad of me to do. But you have to remember that I was a broken individual at that time. I was very doubtful of whether or not people actually cared about me. Even some people said it was my fault for losing that friend because I accused them of not caring about me. They were being super harsh about it towards me, and I wish they could have gone about it better. Yeah. And and another thing that I did was I commented about it on the Colossal D's video and on an Ask video, and he featured me in it and deleted my comment in the video, and he said, I'm not helping you anymore. It was your fault, let it go. And seeing him also turn his back on me made me cry so hard that day. Like, it just felt like the whole world had turned its back on me. It was no fucking joke. It just felt like nobody cared. I was lost in my own world, and it felt like everything was my fault, and it's my fault for being depressed, being suicidal. It was my fault for even wanting that friend back in the first place. The bullying just went on and on until the end of 2018 when I declared a hiatus. Or is it hiatus? I don't know how the fuck I pronounce that word. But but you get my point. I announced to go on a break. And when I came back, I apologized for like all the all the shitty things that I did, and just for being a jackass, and much to my surprise, a lot of people forgave me. it felt pretty good. But 2017 to 2018 was probably a really traumatic experience of my life. And you know what hurts the most? Like I mentioned earlier, the person who started the whole thing, he took zero responsibility for what the pain he caused me. He never apologized. He never took any accountability for even announcing that he now hates me for the third time, and this time for good. Like, he just wanted to turn the whole entire thing on me. And to this day, he never apologized. He never did anything to make this right. I never got any closure for any of the shit he put me through. And even on my 14th birthday, he made a mean post about me, saying that I'm an IGUA member. I forgot what the fuck IGUA is, but at this point I don't give a shit. But he made a mean post about me. I kind of remember some parts of it, but it said something like Tam Kumi is a crybaby who can't handle her hate. She refuses to take criticism. She won't stop talking about this person blocking her. She needs to shut the fuck up about everything she can't deal with and just move on with her life. And this was done on my 14th birthday, mind you. Basically ruined my birthday. Although on that day I went out to dinner with my family for like my birthday dinner, but it still fucking hurt. And like I said, he took no responsibility. He took zero of that. He wanted it to be 100% my fault. So what have we taken away from this whole thing? The anime community is full of nothing but toxic and poison, especially to people who are actually struggling with mental health. It's never okay to joke about people being suicidal, because it can make it hard for people who are actually suicidal to get help. But you know what got me through all those dark times? The only few friends that stay with me, my family, my interest in Vocaloid, all of that kept me going. It was such a dark time for me, but at least I pulled through. At least I'm still here. 20 years old, a college student, and I no longer want to die. So it's not okay to bully people, no matter how stupid you think their actions are, unless it's pedophiliac, it's a criminal behavior, then yes, by all means, you can talk whatever shit you want about them, but things like this, bullying is not the answer. Especially making fun of them all the time and driving them to the point where they become really like fucked up in their head and crazy. Especially to a child. I was a child back then, you know. And sometimes we just have to take responsibility for our actions, even when you think that the other person did wrong things. Like, yeah, I take full responsibility for making the person who exposed me frustrated, for talking about the person blocking me in the first place, but he took no responsibility whatsoever. And also, whatever you're going through, I know this is a very cliche thing to say, but there are always better days ahead. Just be a supportive friend to somebody, even if everybody else has turned their backs on them. Just be there for someone when they need it. Just always ask them how they're doing. You may not be able to help them entirely, but the least you can do is listen to them. Try to get their side of the story instead of judging them for what other people are saying about them, because after all, there are two sides to the story. So yeah, that's what I went through in 2017 to 2018. It really fucking hurts. Yeah, it's no joke at all, you guys. I don't know what else to say about this except I'm just so glad to be out of that poor excuse of a community. People getting angry just for somebody acting out of the ordinary and bullying them to the point where they just want to die. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my talk, or at least got a gist of what I was saying, because yeah, I've been rambling too much. I'm starting to lose my train of thought around here, so yeah, thank you.